Hey YouTube, it's Alicia Burton. I want to say good afternoon today. I just haven't too long, just got back home and I am back in my sleeping clothes. It's the reason why every time I do videos now, y'all see it in sleeping clothes, but that's going to be coming maybe sometime next month. So I have this romantic, it's the Hallmark Channel romantic collection, and these are the videos. But I am going to talk about this one down here, Love on the Sidelines. So let me just do this right here. So Love on the Sideline, I actually got to see probably about a year, that last year before. Not 2016, 2015. I got to see it in 2015. So let me see how I can, let me back up there. So I'm going to read you a little bit of it, snippet, and give you my opinion of it. So Love on the Sideline is about Laurel, is a struggling fashion designer who finds herself with a job as a personal assistant to Danny, a quarterback on the sidelines with an injury. Laurel knows nothing about the football player, and Danny hasn't ever had a female assistant. While they work together and find true love, or end up on the bench. So that's that. And so let me tell you about a little bit more about the story. I'm going to try to give you the best review on that as best as possible. So, as I said, Laura is a struggling fashion designer. So she has went to every fashion house to try to get a job. She you even hear a verbal mention of Vera Wang. And they turned her down. She shows her portfolio, and her friend said, "Did you even show them the wedding dress?" And then she goes, "Yeah." And she said, "What I'm doing?" She said, "I am almost down to the last bit of my 6-month savings." So I'm like, "Oh no!" So then Danny is called. His name is Danny Hollis. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm not too sure. So I've been watching this movie nonstop before I could give you a full review. And Danny injured his ankle. So he has this male assistant, named Luke, not Lucas. It's a funny name. And Lucas, his best friend, calls for him, and he said, "Oh, I've been just twittering about your update." And he said, "The way that your ankle looks, you're gonna be out." Da 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 da. And Lucas said, "Ignore him, ignore him." And as the coach comes in and stuff, the assistant goes, "So what is the prognosis?" And he goes, "Who are you?" And Danny said, "This is just so-and-so. He's just my assistant. Ignore him." So he said, "We have some good news." So he said, "We got some good news. Your ankle is not that badly injured, but you're gonna have 6 weeks out." And he goes, "Man." So he also has a children's book that's out and everything. So he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He said, "Oh, thank God, Nike haven't dropped you because of the injury." So his agent is like doing this. Daddy's doing this. He said, "Can you step out while we have our little conversation?" He get out and he tells his agent, "Yeah," he said, we gotta get rid of him." He said, finally, done. So then Laura meets her new, potential new assistant. Her name is Pamela or Pam. It's one of them. And she's doing her interview. She said, "Oh, can we do this right quick? I gotta be at the airport in 30 minutes. She goes, Laura said, "Airport? You won't even make it to the airport." She said, "Here is all of my credentials and everything." So I'm gonna try to speed this up as quick as I can. So meanwhile, her roommate, who is a personal assistant to a model, Hunter, gives her a recommendation to Tina, who owes her a favor. And Laura goes do the interview, and the one thing she asked Laura, she said, if TMZ comes to you and asks you for a picture of your employer without makeup, would you do it? Laura goes, no, that's unethical, and it's on my mid Southern values. And she goes, good. She goes, you got a job for me? She said, she goes, you're not tough enough for this shelf. So I'm like, okay. So then the next thing you know, the agent's assistant calls to get Danny a new assistant, and Tina goes, I think it's Tina, I can't, please forgive me, I'm not forgetting. And so the lady goes, I know Danny works with mostly men. They said, what? And so Laura comes, and so Danny's thinking it's a joke. Danny gives her a hard time, he being mean, but then Danny start warming up to her because she's got this cool old timing car, and Danny had one like it, and she likes dogs. Brute, she named the dog Brute, Rodney. I hope I'm pronouncing that name, Rodney, some ex-football player. And Laura, and so then Laurel's trying to fix it up for him and Harper, and like she said, did you hear everything? And he goes, yeah. She goes, not likely, because it was muffled. So she's cleaning everything up. Then the next day, start all over. Then she meets all the teammates. And Luke is trying to holler at her. Meanwhile, she meets the mom and the sister. And it is so crazy, but one of the so heartfelt things is Danny's sister goes off on him about you. Everything is all about you. Everything is all about you. But, and he calls Laurel, then put the 911 code in there. He said, do I always hold attention? He said, oh, by the way, you look good. So, a couple of days before I get to that, let me go back. Let me rewind and go back. So, days before her friend's wedding, they had a bachelor party, and they said, and she turns around, she goes, oh no, and they go, what's wrong? My boss is here. And they said, which one is he? The cute one with the leather jacket. Lucas and they all go over there, and then she goes, Danny, you need anything? He said, you know you off the clock. And he said, what's your problem with football players? She goes, she didn't want to tell, but then he kind of pressed her for that. And she finally tells him, when I was in high school, I was bullied I was picked on. I was because of me being a little nerdy and everything, I was picked on by the football players. So it's kind of her saying, oh, I was bullied by the football players. Get to that in a minute. So now coming to the day of a friend's wedding, it's like a little bit into the not ceremony, but the reception, and her friend said, go on, go, I'm already married. She said, I'll be back. And she goes see what Danny wants. And then she goes, you forgot she is letting Danny have it because he can't do anything without her and everything. She said, what can you do without me? He said this, and he reached in and he kisses Laura. Laura kisses him back. And I go, damn. But this movie is one of the greatest love stories, and it ended up turning out he ended up getting rid of Harper at the end. And his mom said, go get her. This is at the mom and dad's wedding anniversary. She said, go get her. He said, what you gonna do? He said, I'm gonna pick up the ball, pick up my fumble, and go get her. But she ended up getting a lucrative deal with the organization. And so it is a good love story. I will, and like I said, I would recommend y'all to go pick up this movie, pick up the DVD with all three of them on here, and watch Love on the Sidelines, because I really think this is what I'm going to say. We need a Love on the Sideline 2 with Laurel and Danny getting married. And I bet it would be so good. So Hallmark Channel, if you're watching, can we have our Love on the Sideline part 2? Until then, y'all, I'm Alicia Burton. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe.